Elly De La Cruz at first base, it changes the entire ball game.
There goes De La Cruz. Pitch called a strike. Throw down.
Elly De La Cruz is rapidly becoming a baseball sensation, and his performances are nothing short of electrifying. He's already smashed some of the most impressive records early in his career. His ability to hit a baseball nearly 115 miles per hour, the hardest hit by a Reds player this year, not only wowed the crowd, but also raised the question of whether the ball had a family due to its sheer force. Beyond his powerful hitting, De La Cruz has demonstrated exceptional defensive skills, recording the fastest infield throw in MLB history. He also boasts the fastest sprint speed recorded in baseball, showcasing his all-around talent on the field. As 2024 progresses, De La Cruz is on track to achieve a milestone in MLB that no other player has even approached. But the question remains, just how good is he? If he continues at this pace, not only will he redefine the standards for future players, but he'll also etch his name among the legends of the sport. Keep watching to find out. Elly Antonio De La Cruz, born on January 11, 2002, is a Dominican professional baseball infielder for the Cincinnati Reds. He hails from Sabana Grande de Boya in the Dominican Republic and is the youngest of 9 siblings. De La Cruz's journey to professional baseball began on July 2, 2018, when he signed with the Cincinnati Reds as an international free agent, receiving a $65,000 signing bonus. He made his professional debut in 2019 at just 17 years old with the Dominican Summer League Reds. During his first season, he showcased his potential, batting .285 with an on-base percentage of .351 and a slugging percentage of .382, managing 1 home run and 3 stolen bases over 43 games, despite being caught stealing 6 times. He primarily played as a shortstop. The 2020 season saw a halt in De La Cruz's progress due to the cancellation of the minor league season amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. However, he returned to the field in 2021, playing for both the rookie-level Arizona Complex League Reds and the Single-A Daytona Tortugas. That year, he stood out with 7 triples, which was the second highest in the Low-A Southeast, and he compiled a batting average of .296 with 8 home runs and 42 RBIs over 61 games. Additionally, he stole 10 bases and was caught 5 times, primarily playing at third base. His performance earned him significant recognition. Baseball America named him the best player in the Arizona Complex League and 4th best player in the Low-A Southeast League, and lauded him as the best athlete and fastest base runner in the Reds organization. In 2022, Elly De La Cruz had a standout season across 2 minor league levels. He started with the High-A Dayton Dragons, where his 3 triples tied for 4th in the Midwest League. He then moved up to the Double-A Chattanooga Lookouts, achieving notable statistics including ranking 8th in triples with 6, 2nd in home runs with 20, and tying for 4th in stolen bases with 28. Over 121 games, De La Cruz hit an impressive .304, .359, and .586, setting career highs with 28 home runs, 86 RBIs, and 47 stolen bases, while just being caught 6 times. His dynamic performance made him the first minor leaguer since George Springer in 2013 to bat over 300 with at least 25 home runs and 40 stolen bases. De La Cruz's achievements garnered significant recognition. He was selected to play in the All-Star Futures game and was named an MLB Organization All-Star, a Midwest League Postseason All-Star, and the Midwest League Prospect of the Year. His accolades continued as he was honored as the Reds Minor League Player of the Year, Baseball America's Reds Minor League Player of the Year, and Minor League Baseball's top prospect in the Midwest League. Baseball America also recognized him as the Midwest League's most exciting player, best batting prospect, best power prospect, and fastest base runner according to a poll of league managers. On November 15, 2022, in recognition of his potential and to protect him from the Rule 5 draft, the Reds added De La Cruz to their 40-man roster. De La Cruz's promotion to the majors on June 6, 2023 was precipitated by an injury to Nick Senzel. At 21 years old and standing 6 feet 5 inches tall, De La Cruz not only became one of the tallest shortstops in MLB history, but also one of its fastest players. His teammate Joey Votto praised him highly, stating, "He's the best runner I've ever seen, and he has the most power I've ever seen, and he has the strongest arm I've ever seen." The following day on June 7th, against the LA Dodgers, De La Cruz hit his first major league home run, a massive 458-foot blast. His performance against the Braves on June 23rd, where he hit for the cycle, marked him as the youngest player to achieve this feat since Cesar Cedeno in 1972. In July of 2023, Elly had his first ever controversy, but luckily, it ended up going in his favor. Officials were inspecting his bat knob that was equipped with a sensor and asked him to remove it. However, after further review with the MLB, it was deemed legal. So, what did Elly do? He put the knob back on and smashed a 460-foot homer. Continuing his impressive start, through his first 30 games, De La Cruz maintained a batting average of .325, an OPS nearly at .900, and had 16 stolen bases. This included a performance where he went 1 for 4. De La Cruz's rookie season in the major leagues has been a spectacle of historic proportions. Since his promotion, he's not only showcased his versatility and skill, but also shattered records and set high benchmarks. After a powerful start at AAA Louisville, where he hit 12 home runs and recorded an OPS over 1,000 in just 38 games, De La Cruz continued his explosive performance with the Reds. He quickly proved his mettle by batting .361 with 10 extra base hits and 7 stolen bases within his first 15 games. Further cementing his status, De La Cruz on July 8th became the first Reds player since Greasy Neal in 1919 to steal second, third, and home in the same inning, a feat showcasing his exceptional speed and daring on the bases. On July 16th, he broke the StatCast record for the fastest infield assist, throwing at a blistering 97.9 miles per hour. His physical prowess is further highlighted by his stats before the All-Star game. His maximum exit velocity placed him in the 98th percentile in MLB. He tied for the fastest sprint speed in the league at 30.4 feet per second, and he had the strongest arm among infielders with an average throw speed of 95.6 miles per hour. On September 26th, De La Cruz continued to impress, achieving his first 2-home run game, a clear indication of his power-hitting capabilities. StatCast tracked Elly De La Cruz and Bobby Witt Jr. of the Royals as the fastest players in Major League Baseball in 2023, both averaging a sprint speed of 30.5 feet per second. Just a year ago, De La Cruz was one of the top prospects in the minors, known for his towering home runs, electrifying base running, and hitting for the cycle. However, his performance in the majors was initially underwhelming, as he slashed .235, .300, and .410 with a high 33.7% strikeout rate over 98 games, making him about 11% worse than the league average hitter. The start of this season also wasn't smooth for De La Cruz, as he went 8 for 33 with a .242 batting average with 17 strikeouts in his first 9 games. However, he turned things around with a remarkable game against the Brewers on April 8th, where he hit both an inside the park and an outside the park homer. Since then, he's been on fire, going 18 for 50, batting .360 in his last 15 games. Despite some ongoing issues such as 5 errors at shortstop and a high strikeout rate of 32%, there are several promising signs in De La Cruz's game. His improved plate discipline has led to more productive at-bats, and his consistent power hitting, highlighted by both inside the park and traditional home runs, makes him a constant threat to pitchers. Additionally, his enhanced base running skills put pressure on opposing defenses and create more scoring opportunities. These improvements suggest that De La Cruz's recent hot streak is not a fluke, but rather a sign that he's reaching the next level in his development. To be sure, there are still areas where Elly De La Cruz needs improvement. One significant improvement is his chase rate, reflected in his walk rate, which has jumped to 13.4% of plate appearances this year from an average-ish 8.2% last year. This 5.2 percentage point increase is the 9th largest among players with at least 400 plate appearances in 2023 and 90 plate appearances in 2024, showing a much better understanding of the strike zone. De La Cruz's average exit velocity has also increased from 91.7 miles per hour last season to 92.7 miles per hour this year, putting him in the company of elite hitters like Ronald Acuna Jr., Aaron Judge, and Shohei Ohtani. Although his ground ball rate is still high at 52.9% compared to 53.9% last year, his hard-hit grounders are more likely to become hits. If he can lower his ground ball rate to around the league average of 43.2% and elevate the ball more often, he has the potential to hit 40 home runs in a season. On the bases, De La Cruz is picking his spots better. He's stolen third base more times than second this season, with 8 steals of third and 7 of second, leading the league with 40 steals and 7 caught stealings. His success rate has improved to 85% from 81% last year. While he was aggressive and borderline reckless last year, this season he's been more strategic. For example, during a game on April 19th, he stole 3 bases against the LA Angels and catcher Logan O'Hoppe, whose caught stealing rate was comfortably below average. On April 7th, he stole 2 bases against the Mets, who've struggled to stop runners for 2 years. As of late June 2024, the Reds, averaging 4.26 runs per game, the 19th most in baseball, have a strong lineup with other hitters like Spencer Steer, Will Benson, and Jake Fraley. De La Cruz is being smarter about when to take risks on the bases, understanding the importance of not making outs with such talented hitters behind him. As a switch hitter, he bats right-handed against lefty pitchers and left-handed against righty pitchers. However, he's much stronger as a left-handed hitter. In 305 plate appearances against right-handed pitching, he hit 11 home runs with a .256 average and a .799 OPS. Against left-handed pitching, his performance dropped significantly, with just 2 home runs in 122 plate appearances, a sub-200 batting average, and an OPS of .495. Another area for improvement was his ability to hit to all fields. In 2023, he hit the ball to the opposite field just 11.4% of the time, allowing defenses to shift heavily towards his pull side. This was evident in plays where the shortstop could easily rob hits up the middle. Finally, strikeouts were a major issue for De La Cruz throughout the season, particularly as pitchers realized how much he would chase pitches. He ranked in the 24th percentile in chase rate and the 3rd percentile in strikeout percentage. He struck at 35.3% of pitches outside the zone, resulting in a 60.5% contact rate on those pitches, leading to many easy ground ball outs, such as a notable example against the Giants. To address these issues, De La Cruz worked with Reds hitting coach Joel McKeithen. They focused on shortening his leg kick to make his swing more consistent. This offseason work aimed to improve his right-handed hitting, ability to use the entire field, and reduce his strikeouts by making better swing decisions and increasing his contact rate on pitches inside the zone. And Elly De La Cruz ain't missing much. Along with his new leg kick, he changed his approach to wait longer in the box before committing to a swing. These adjustments have made him a force in 2024. For instance, his chase percentage, which was in the 24th percentile in 2023, has improved by over 30%, placing him in the 48th percentile this season. His outside swing and outside contact percentages have also seen significant improvements. This allows him to swing at more pitches in the heart of the zone, where he can do more damage. In 2023, his slugging percentage against pitches in the heart of the zone was .574. But in 2024, it soared to around .773, ranking in the top 15 of all of baseball. These changes have made De La Cruz the only player in MLB with at least 35 runs scored, 20 RBIs, and 9 home runs. He also has the 3rd highest OPS plus among qualified shortstops, trailing only Mookie Betts and Gunnar Henderson. Impressively, as of June 8, 2024, he leads the league in stolen bases with 34 swipes in just 65 games. If he maintains this pace, he's on track for 108 stolen bases over 650 plate appearances, which would make him the first player since Vince Coleman in 1987 to steal over 100 bases in a season. What's even more remarkable is that among players who have stolen at least 100 bases in a season, only one, Rickey Henderson, has hit double-digit home runs, with 10 in 1983. De La Cruz, however, is on pace to steal 100 bases while hitting over 30 home runs. If he achieves this, he will be the first player in MLB history to join both the 20-homer 100 stolen base club and the 30-homer 100 stolen base club. This is totally unprecedented in baseball, as players usually excel in either stolen bases or home runs, not both. For example, Ronald Acuna Jr. recently had 73 steals with 41 home runs, while players like David Ortiz hit 54 home runs and stole just 1 base. The key to De La Cruz's success this year stems from his off-season adjustments. He's improved his ability to hit to all fields, increasing his opposite field hit percentage from 11.4% to just under 20%. He's also performing better from the right side of the batter's box, with a .250 average and a .730 OPS in 67 plate appearances, a marked improvement from last year. Despite these gains, De La Cruz still struggles with strikeouts. His strikeout rate remains above 30%, though it's slightly improved from last year. This still ranks among the bottom 15 in baseball. As he continues to develop at just 22 years old, there's good reason to believe he can improve in this area too. He's already the first player in 2024 to reach 10+ homers and 30+ stolen bases in 2024. And who knows what more records he'll set in the coming years.